I wanted to take some time right now and reflect on the first four modules. This course, it's an introductory level course, and I have already started work on the next course, the one-to-one level course. And down the line, I might add a 131 level course. But this is 101, the bare basics. The ideal person to be taking this course is someone who has never even heard of ChatGPT. But this course is also designed for the early adopters and the corporate team leaders who get it, they're using it, but they have not figured out a way to get the rest of the team to come along. That's the second profile. The third, that's people who have been playing with ChatGPT. They're like, look, I say write an essay and it writes an essay. Wow, isn't that wonderful, right? And then that's it. They play with it a little bit, generate some content, ask a few questions, and then it's pretty much the same old, same old. They have not figured out a way to integrate, to deeply integrate ChatGPT into their life and work. So I'm targeting those three kinds of people. One, people who have never heard of ChatGPT. Two, people who are early adopters, they are team leaders, they are excited about it, they get it, they know a lot about it. But they're having a hard time to get the rest of the team to come along because ChatGPT is best used as a team. If the entire team uses it, then the team is at a whole different level of productivity. And the third, people who have been playing with it, but they have not yet figured out a way to deeply integrate ChatGPT into most things they do. You have to compare ChatGPT to something like the smartphone. It's like you were not asking for it, and then it came into the market, and then you got it, and by now it is such an integral part of your life that you don't even think about it. You use it multiple times a day, you don't even think about it, right? It's deeply integrated. Or the internet, right? Nobody was clamoring for the internet, and then it came along, and then very quickly it became such a part of our lives. Right now, it is the basic infrastructure. It's like people, have water and they have maybe gas, electricity, and they have internet. It's basic. Chat GPT is that fundamental. It's fundamental, like fire, like electricity, like the printing press, like the internet, like the smartphone, very basic, fundamental. This course is designed to help individuals and teams get the most out of it. And I've been doing it step by step, right? 4 modules. The first module was introductory, like, why? What is it? What is ChatGPT? How does it work? What's the basic things it does, right? The second module was designed for the early adopters and the team leaders who get it. They even know how to use it, but they are having a hard time getting the rest of the team to come along. And that second module helps them approach, each department, people of different backgrounds, saying, hey, your thing, the work that you have been doing, the business process that you are involved in, maybe you're a marketer, maybe you're a blogger, maybe you are a software programmer, maybe you are a product development person, maybe you are customer service, maybe you are a manager. All these different functions, business processes that a company deals with. ChatGPT can transform each of them. So when you explain people in that way, then they are more likely to take a second look. And how do you get them on board? You encourage them to sign up for this course. This course takes care of the rest. And you might have noticed in module 2, there's a lot of reading material, and I've openly said that, I expect most of you to skip it. And then there's module 3 where I'm arguing that the top function, the top thing that ChatGPT does, it answers your question like somebody who knows a lot, right? It's like, think of a friend who has managed to read the entire internet. That's a lot of reading to do, right? And so, no matter what your background, no matter what your profession, no matter, what your particular topic or subtopic, if you ask intelligent questions, you'll get amazing answers. And you go back and forth. It's not like you ask and then whatever you answer, you get stuck with it. No. Then you talk back to it, saying, hey, like you explained it, but that's too complicated. Explain to me in simpler terms, and it will do it. It will deliver, right? The third module also, it has something like 24 lessons. Most of those lessons, I expect most of you to skip. For example, there's one lesson called 100 best ChatGPT prompts for a doctor. Well, if you're not a doctor, maybe you want to skip it. And so, I expect most of you to skip big chunks of module 2 and module 3. And then this fourth module is where I am now saying, okay, I have given you plenty of examples of prompts. Now, let's move towards creating your own. How do you create your own prompt, right? And there are a few basic guidelines to follow. You have to provide context, like, are you trying to get help with marketing? Are you trying to get help with writing? Are you trying to get help with what, right? So you have to be very clear about that, and you provide the context, and then you give the instruction as clearly as possible. Be precise. If you can add a few numbers, that's even better. And then, if you can, the way to give some brains to, ChatGPT is if you name a few names. Like if you're trying to generate a great marketing plan, you come up with the names of some marketers you admire, and then you say, okay, you are so and so, or create a marketing plan like so and so would, and you name the name, and then you get the intelligence of that person. Then ChatGPT focuses on the writings, thoughts of that particular person, whatever might be available on the internet. So, and then the output, like what do you want? Are you looking for 1,000-word essay? Or are you looking for like 10 bullet points? That output has to be specified. Or are you looking for, text for slides? Like generate 10 slides. Or are you looking to create a table? Like here's the data, now create a table. Like what's your output? So you have to specify that. And then, like probably the most important thing to understand is that it is conversational. Like you try a prompt, and if you're not happy with the result, you try something else right there, saying, hey, like I'm not happy about that, or on this part you are weak, on this part you are strong, revise it. Or I see that you got this fact wrong, revise it. Sometimes he gets it wrong, sometimes he gets basic facts wrong. One rule of thumb I would say is assume that 10% of the time what ChatGPT generates might be off, even factually incorrect. So you have to go in there with that kind of mindset. You have to be looking at what it generates. You have to edit it as necessary, right? So I'm taking this opportunity to reflect on the first 4 modules before we go into the next few modules, where I go a little bit more in depth. If you just watched all the videos so far, you're good. You are on your way to completing the course. The reading materials are kind of bonus, when you are trying to go a little bit more in depth for your particular profession or background. That's what the reading material is for. And I have plenty of downloads that you can download.